Today we're going to be breaking down exactly why no one is buying from you, even if your product is great.
My small business is failing. Sales just haven't been anywhere near as strong as they were when we first launched.
My small business is failing. Sales just hasn't been anywhere near as strong since last year Q1.
I am struggling. 1 week I'll do well and then I won't have any sales for a while. I'm so stuck and I don't know what to do.
My small business isn't doing so well.
I'm going to be breaking this down using 3 examples of some pretty big successful businesses, and these are Fenty Beauty, SKIMS and House of CB. Not because you need their budget, but because the principles are the exact same principles you can apply to your business, even as a smaller brand. So by the end of this video, you're going to know 3 reasons why your sales are slow and exactly how to fix them. And you're going to want to stick around for point 3 because that definitely is going to help a whole bunch. Let's get into the video. So point 1, nobody knows you exist. I've said it once and I'll say it again. Hopefully I don't need to say it a 3rd time, but good products don't win, attention does. A lot of founders think they have a product issue, but 90% of the time it's an attention issue. Let's take SKIMS for example. Before they were a $1 billion brand, they did something extremely strategic. Kim Kardashian used her attention to flood the market with awareness. And a little bit of history, if you know the background of SKIMS, if you do, if you don't, it was started by Emma Grede, obviously in partnership with Kim, likewise Good American with Chloe. I kind of got this backstory on Diary of a CEO, but love Emma Grede too. That one of the reasons she partnered with Kim is because of the attention she already had, and she had experiences working with brands or partnering brands, I believe, with celebrities or with well, back then it was celebrities, I was going to say influencers, with brands because of the attention they already had. And she saw where a business was prior to using that celebrity and how that celebrity grew their sales because of the attention they already had. So, bit of backstory. But the real lesson here is that SKIMS are omnipresent. They have UGC everywhere. They have billboards. They have celebrities wearing it. Obviously, Kim and all her family. They have influencers wearing it. They have constant PR. They have events. Constant conversation. They are everywhere. They're running ads. They've got, they're on socials. They're everywhere. So your brand doesn't need a celebrity, even though it helps, but you do need a level of consistency. So for example, with the clients I work with, one in particular, for example, Hair Virginity, when I first started working with her, she was already getting a great amount of attention on socials, working with influencers, working with UGC creators, and running a few ads here and there on Meta. But whilst they were getting great attention, what we needed was an omni-channel approach. For example, when people were searching in their products, curly bundles, wigs, this, that, and the other, their products were coming up. When people were creating their pins on Pinterest, I knew this because I use Pinterest all the time and I am always creating pins for this inspo, that outfit, this vacation, this. That's how you know I've been to America too many times, vacation, holiday. That they were putting in their pins, and then that seed was being planted that if they were then going to purchase, okay, they know where they can get their hair from. Likewise with Snapchat, they were constantly being reminded when they're clicking through their stories, talking to their friends, their ads were coming up. And then again on Meta too, so Facebook and Instagram. And why does this work? It works because people can't buy from a brand that they've never seen. And to build on that, they might have seen you once, but I'm sure there's a whole bunch of competitors you probably have doing the same thing. And if they're in front of your target customer, they're gonna buy from them instead of you. So you need to have that omni-channel approach. So you're everywhere. I was gonna say everywhere and nowhere, but everywhere. And constantly being reminded for your target customer. So if your audience isn't growing, your revenue isn't gonna grow. And guys, I had to learn this for my own business too, because
you're too broke right now to not be visible.
Point 2 is that your messaging isn't clear or emotional. Let's talk about messaging because I feel like this is a very underrated part of sales. People don't buy the best product, they buy the product that feels is best for them, right? Let's start with House of CB. They position themselves as sexy, feminine, curvy, elevated, luxury looking, special occasion fashion. Their messaging is very clear. When you see their content, you instantly think these dresses are for women who want to feel confident, structured, snatched, and put together for occasions that matter. Now, guys, imagine House of CB position themselves as nice dresses, good quality, affordable luxury. No one would care. And here's the lesson, you need a clear brand identity. Right now, a lot of brands describe themselves in very generic terms. So like high quality or 100% human virgin hair or vegan ingredients, long lasting. These are features, not positioning. Now, if we look at Fenty Beauty,
on your lips. That's why Gloss Bomb is the best lip gloss in the world.
They did not become a $1 billion brand because they had good formulas. There's a whole lot of businesses out there that have good formulas. They got to where they are because of identity, inclusivity, representation, confidence, and beauty for all skin tones. Their messaging made a lot of women feel seen in a way that no brand had done before. So, my key takeaway for this one is that your brand has to make people feel. Not just good products, cute packaging, but an identity your customer aligns with. Ask yourself, who do I help my customers become? And what transformation does it provide? If you can't articulate that properly, neither can your customer, and subsequently they will not buy. Point 3 is that you haven't built trust.
Hair has always been very personal to me. It's an outlet of self-expression, creativity. I feel like it's also been markers of my evolution and growth over the years, both as an artist and as a person. So launching Fenty Hair was something I was really passionate about. I wanted to create a lineup of products that were easy to use and included repair in every step. I also needed products that could keep up with me and fit into my lifestyle, which we all know is crazy.
People, especially nowadays, do not trust new brands, especially not the aesthetic, beautiful looking brands with absolutely no proof. And this is why Fenty, SKIMS and House of CB really do their big one. SKIMS' entire marketing is built on real body, even though we know Kim, love Kim, but we know Kim, but the people they use in their marketing, other than a few, real bodies, real people, real try-ons, real reviews, real influencers, not perfect Photoshop bodies. I'd say actually a brand that does this really well, other than the examples I'm giving, is also Topicals and Dove. Look into those, maybe I'll make another video on those. They do it really well. I've spoke about Topicals a couple of times actually. But yes, real results. Now, House of CB, they repost customer photos, videos from events, influencer styling, and real girls, real people, their real customers wearing their dresses. You could instantly see this and be like, oh, this could be me, you know? I'm going to a wedding next week, or maybe not wedding, but I'm going to a birthday party next week, or I'm going to this, or I'm going to that. That dress could look great. What a lot of small brands do wrong is that they're posting pretty studio photos. And don't get me wrong, studio photos do still do well. You want to incorporate it with a whole bunch of different things too. These don't necessarily sell. But one example I can remember, like a client that I used to work with, a pretty small brand, she was doing about under 10K, another hair company. She was doing a lot of like hair, you know, those bundles on the rack or just clean background pictures of the hair. But when we also incorporated transformation videos, UGC videos, reviews, installation videos, she was also a hairdresser, which worked really well, so she could position herself as an authority and talk about styling tips and whatnot, and also girls showing before and after. Their conversion rates really did skyrocket, and I don't say that to be like, oh, we implemented it and it skyrocketed. No, it did. Not because the hair changed, but because the proof changed. And I learned this from working with a lot of my clients. I've worked with people doing 100K plus, 200K plus, all the way up to like 5K a month or 10K a month. And I can really see, especially with the hair and beauty products, a lot of them, they might have the same bundles that they're selling from this company and this company. This one's a $1 million company, this one's making the 10K a month. They've got the same product, but the way they position themselves, the way they position their brands, their marketing, their messaging, and the proof that they show in their content helps them get all those extra sales. So you've got to ask yourself, does my content prove? Does my content prove that my product works or service? And if the answer is no, customers are not going to take that risk. Would you take that risk for another business? I don't think so. And this is especially the case in fashion, in beauty, and obviously if you have a luxury product, and nowadays too, which I kind of someone commented on my video the other day, and especially in this climate that we're in where people are very tight on their pennies, it takes a lot more for them to want to purchase something, especially if it's a higher priced product. So you've got to show that the transformation that your product really does give to people. In summary, my beautiful people, the reason why you aren't getting any sales isn't that your product isn't good. It's that you're invisible, your message isn't clear, and you haven't built trust. And if the biggest brands in the world are using these principles, my good friend, so should you. You don't need their budget, even though it does help, of course, but you do need their strategy. Even if you start off on a smaller scale and build it up, even if you're showing up consistently on one platform and then build it up once you start hiring more people, you've got to start somewhere. Everyone starts somewhere. Now guys, I hope you like the video. Let me know what you want to see next, and of course, if you want someone to do this for you, I'm going to leave my link in the description, or drop me an email. Anyway, beautiful people, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you soon.